Back with a breaking news update. Virat Kohli has announced retirement from Test cricket. Virat has taken to social media to announce this decision. He says, "It's been 14 years since I first wore the baggy blue in Test cricket. Honestly, I never imagined the journey this format would take me on. It's tested me, shaped me and taught me lessons I'll carry for my life. There's something deeply personal about playing in whites. The quiet grind, the long days, the small moments that no one sees, but that stay with you forever. As I step away from this format, it's not easy, but it feels right." A detailed statement by Virat Kohli as he announces the decision to retire from Test cricket. Anand Narsimhan joins us with more. Anand, there was a lot of speculation of Virat coming out with this announcement. It stands confirmed.
Yes, it is. It's been 14 years since I wore the baggy blue in Test cricket. Honestly, I never imagined the journey this format would take me on. It's tested me, shaped me and taught me lessons I'll carry for life. There is something deeply personal about playing in the whites, the quiet grind, the long days and the small moments that no one sees but stay with you forever. As I step away from this format, it's not easy, but it feels right. I've given it everything I had. It's given me back so much more than I could have hoped for. I'm walking away with a heart full of gratitude for the game, for the people I shared the field with, and for every single person who made me feel seen along the way. I'll always look back at my Test career with a smile. Number 2669 signing off. That is number 18, Virat Kohli. So two number nines with totaling up to number nines on their jersey. Two great stalwarts within about 2 weeks have now called time on their Test career. One is Rohit Sharma last week, and now Virat Kohli this week. Both of them have now signed out. It's a big blow for Indian cricket in a sense, but also it indicates the transition. Both these players were really struggling. They had a few reversals. Virat Kohli was really struggling with runs and form, which he found in Australia. But clearly, he would have seen the sign of things to come. Now he continues to be actively involved with the IPL, which stands suspended for now. But we'll also have to see now whether or not how long he will continue his ODI career, and whether or not he continues to remain in the mix for ODI in the sense per se, because he had already called time or backed off from playing T20 cricket, and now it is Test cricket. So will Virat Kohli be available for the next ODI World Cup? We'll have to wait and watch. But at this point, what a glowing Test career! What a person! What a leader! What a player who's dominated world cricket, and someone who has perhaps ratcheted up the runs the way he was, the way he has. And also, many believe, and if you were to calculate the number of runs that he's scored, he's run more than about 550 kilometers just between the 22 yards. So that's the amount of work that he has put in to amass those runs. It's not through boundaries and sixes as much as the majority of his runs have been through running ones and twos and building an innings. And it's the Virat Kohli format, where and in terms of physical fitness, he's raised himself to a level which has become a benchmark for fitness for the rest of the players in the team. He brought in a new method, a new thought process, and a new focus on fitness and on longevity. When he was the captain, passed on the mantle to Rohit Sharma, continued to remain an effective, aggressive person who was passionate about the team's victory and backed his players to the hilt, and always ready to offer his suggestions. He and Rohit, despite what many thought had differences, have been phenomenal colleagues. And even as the leadership transition between one and the other, they were always there to back each other and to help each other. There was a certain maturity that was also seen in Virat Kohli in the recent years, where his aggression, although still there, seemed to be a little more tapered, little more, subdued. And he was always ready to speak with youngsters, mentor them, give them advice, irrespective of which team they were. Anyone who walked up to Virat Kohli for advice always got it. Now, we're also given to understand that when Virat Kohli, perhaps this time around, indicated to the BCCI that he may want to hang his boots in Test cricket, there wasn't too much of a resistance. So somewhere this is a team in transition. The team which is now going to take shape under Gautam Gambhir as coach will see new players. There are others who have been waiting in the ranks, looking on for leadership, for also a place in the team to play. And I think Bharat is now in the ICC Test Championship going to see a new leader and perhaps a new shape. Now, who that is, whether it is Bumrah, or is he looked over because of his constant injury worries, is someone like Shubman Gill, who's shown his ability with leadership. Is he the one who's preferred? Will it be KL Rahul? We'll have to wait and watch.
Yes.
But clearly, there are many who can step into that mantle. But those are really big boots to fill. The ones of Rohit Sharma and of especially of Virat
Oh
Kohli.
yes, it indeed marks the end of an illustrious test career. Anand, many thanks for that quick update. I do want to bring in Shivani Gupta into the conversation as well. 14 years, he's made a total of 9,230 runs in 123 tests, an average of 46.85, Shivani. But let's talk about what Anand just spoke of. The leader, Virat Kohli. You know, he's been the most successful test captain ever. 40 out of 68 tests with the armband that he's won for the country.
Yes, certainly, his captaincy is one period of his career. But I think as a batsman, what Virat Kohli did for India and what he achieved needs to be emphasized here because, yes, he's stepping away only from, this format. But, even in Test cricket, he had become the backbone of the Indian batting lineup very quickly. Remember, he was one of the ones who took over from the era of Tendulkar, Dravid, Lakshman, Ganguly, Kumble retiring. So when, these guys stepped back, it was the likes of Virat Kohli who quickly, gave India the stability that it needed at that time. And now we're going through that phase again in Test cricket where, you had the likes of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli resigning in quick succession. Ravichandran Ashwin has resigned. So all of these things are happening. So it's kind of deja vu actually for me to watch this happening in front of my eyes because the period of transition is happening all over again in Test cricket. A new cycle of the World Test Championship will start with the England tour. So I think there is an understanding as far as the setup is concerned that we need to rebuild now for the future. But speaking of Virat Kohli, as a captain, I would say that he got a bit of a criticism that happened. His captaincy stint wasn't all roses. Certainly the results were there and, the results have been there for a period of time for India in Test cricket. But I think as a batsman, India is going to miss him. The kind of experience and professionalism that he brought to his career, we're going to miss that in the middle order. Virat Kohli, from the time that he debuted for India in Test cricket, really set the stage alight. It was a pleasure for all fans all around the world to watch him bat. The professionalism that I'm talking about also comes from the fact that he was someone who changed the grammar of fitness in Indian cricket. And just the passion that he brought onto the pitch was extremely important. And, he's played a lot of very crucial knocks for India. But so it's a little bit, sad to see him say goodbye to this format. We always say in Indian cricket, there's always a lot of talent that is that is available, that is always just waiting in the wings. But you realize the importance of people like Virat Kohli and others who step back from a certain format or from their career only after they leave. So I think this is going to be one of those moments where we're going to look back at a lot of what he has managed to achieve. He is someone who was compared with Sachin Tendulkar right from the get-go. He was tapped as someone who would possibly break his record of 100 international duns. We don't know whether that still happens or not, but he does have 30 international duns in Test cricket. And this may be the right time for him as far as the timing is concerned. I think things are shaping up in that manner, but it will certainly be a big loss for the Indian team at this stage.
Okay, yes, absolutely, Shivani. And, just ever since we've heard these speculations, there was a lot of buzz of Virat Kohli possibly announcing his retirement as far as Test career is concerned. There were several former cricketers. One such name that comes to my mind is Mohammad Kaif. He, in fact, took to social media and very openly urged Virat Kohli to reconsider this decision, if at all he was at that stage in his mind. So the sentiment, the cricketing fraternity most certainly is going to be one of disappointment, isn't it?
Yeah, there are all kinds of voices. Certainly many people felt that he should be convinced to continue. There has been some buzz that he was thinking about this for some time. But different people have different opinions about this. So, it's going to be very difficult to say how majority of people felt. I think there's been a little bit uneasiness around Virat Kohli in the Indian cricket setup for a while now. Some of those are remnants from his captaincy days. Like I said, it didn't quite end on a very good note. But ultimately the call that Virat Kohli takes is going to come from a different place for an athlete.